All right, what's up, everybody? This is Animal. Um, I'm not much of a talker, but this isn't really a tutorial. I just want to kind of start doing production videos and hopefully you get a kick out of them. So, I produce almost 100% in Pro Tools, but I have a few instruments and plugins that don't run in Pro Tools, so I come out to Reaper to use it. And this is kind of when I want to write something that's very melodic and structure driven. I lay out all my chord progressions in a certain key signature that I pick ahead of time. And I've gone ahead and I have a verse, a pre chorus, and a chorus already. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start dragging my MIDI structures. I'm not going to explain what I'm doing. This isn't really intended for producers. This is more the common person who's just interested in how I do things in a general sense. Here and there, I'll kind of get chatty, but like I said, I'm more of a doer than I am a talker, so let's just get right to making some noise as fast as we possibly can. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Maybe we'll just throw in a couple little melody lines that I may or may not use, but it'll be good to have them on deck in case I need to layer some things in and kind of work around. So this helps me kind of look at things in a mathematical way. It keeps me in the key signature that I've chosen, so I don't have to depend on my really, really weak theory and try and figure out what's going on. I can just kind of look at it and know where my tension is going in this area and try to keep certain things weaving in and out. It's really more about the feel than it is anything. And like I said, this could change once I drag it into Pro Tools. See, I kind of fucked up by doing double time in the first bar, so I'll have to slide everything over. But that's fine. Not too big of a deal. So I've already gone ahead and saved this. Now I'm going to export the MIDI as what I've named it. F minor, 80 BPM. Because I don't have a song title yet, but we're going to do that right now. Now I will start up Pro Tools. So now I'm thinking what we should call this, because it's 80 BPM, it sounds a little bit somber. I'm going to create a name that just kind of runs with that a little bit. All right, so we're going to call this Cry Some More. Cry some more, you little bitch. All right, so now we're going to import that MIDI, and I named it F minor 80. Import the tempo. Now, I always like to keep all the data in my session, so I'm going to go up here, and it's F minor, right? Shit, I already forgot. F minor. Doesn't affect what's in the session. I just like to have the data there in case I collaborate with other people and I don't have to tell them or send them a text file. It's just all self-contained. So, save real quick. Now, I don't use MIDI channels, I use instrument channels. I don't route shit all over the place for that, but I like having this here so that I can drag and drop it into place. All right, Control, save. Now we've got a verse, and I'm gonna drag copy this down here. And what we're really gonna do now is just find a nice little sounding intro. Even though it's the verse structure, I'm gonna use it for the intro too. So, all right, let's see what we can find. I want to use a 12-string acoustic guitar. Ooh. Ooh. Now it sounds nice and full, but we're adding a lot more to this, so we want to cut the junk out of it. So we're going to keep the sheen on that. God, that sounds nice just on its own. It's a damn shame to have to fuck it up, but let's fuck it up. Okay, so now it's time to drag in a bass line and run it through an arpeggiator to get some nice weird shit going on. So, remember to save. It's got some delay on there I don't like. I'm going to take it off. Yes, I want more volume. We're going right to the master bus for this. Now I'm curious. I'm curious to see what these lead parts are going to sound like when I drop them in. Now, usually my go-to is some kind of like 80s sounding bell, just to get the general idea. It's a good middle ground instrument for a lead part that isn't, like a guitar or something. I use Avenger a lot when I'm just laying down basic ideas. So, let's just start cycling through these and see what it sounds like. Keep the volume down low here. Out the gate. Yes! Holy fuck. God damn it. I love this. Dude. Magic. 80s magic, dude. Fuck. All right, now it's time for the drums. That's got some delay on it. Holy shit, brother. Now I'm thinking in my head how I want to approach the drums on this. I don't want to do anything hip hop with it. I want to stay in a retro lane. So I'm going to do some 80s electronic, just 4 on the floor, just to keep it going. Maybe like on the backbeat, I'll do a little hi-hat chick, like boom, tss, boom, tss, boom. It's almost like Old West, since it's got this fucking acoustic guitar. I think this is gonna end up sounding like some Western sci-fi shit. But let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. Do I want to use another Avenger? I'm kind of killing it with the Avenger. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because it has a good chunk of drums that are just dialed in, and I've got way, way, way too many drum samples to just be fucking around with. But I'm going to go to the sequences section here. We're going to fucking solo those drums here. And I'm just going to draw in a straight line. And whatever pattern is dialed in is what it is. And then we can go and edit that. Ooh. A little too digital, but I just want to lay the pattern down here. The activation. No, that's not what I wanted to do, brother. Take it easy. Calm the fuck down, animal. All right. So, now, we can cycle through and see what's going on. A little too Casio for my taste. I need to mute this for now because it will drive me crazy till I get the drums, and then we'll bring it back in. Oh, fuck. This might be all right. So, drums. I just want the kick drum, man. I don't want anything else. I'm not going to use the hi-hats that are built into this. I just want the kick. Yep, 4 on the floor. Good. Yes! See what I mean? It's already dialed in. I don't need to go finding a bunch of shit to make it sound like that. So, we've got that. I'm going to save it. But now I'm going to bring in some realistic hi-hats. Let me see here. Big drums. We're going to go with the Ludwig kit. Ludwig. Bring the volume down. Chill. Jesus. All right. There it is. That's what I want. Actually, I might bring in a snare on the 4th beat to give it a full-on Western feel. Yep, I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna bring that velocity up. Wow, okay. I'm gonna unmute that shit that we had. And that's just the verse. We haven't even added the pre-chorus into any of it yet. Let's see what that sounds like when we do that. We'll have it switch over right about there. And like I said, the structure is going to change. This is just so I can fall in love with parts that I like, and then I'll go in and rearrange everything after that. But anyways, so pre-chorus bass line. Right. Now, pre-chorus lead. Who knows what this is going to sound like? Ooh, exciting. And then we'll just do a little copy paste, a little duplicate, a little Control D. Now, let's run it. Fuck it. I got some glitchy shit going on. And I'm going to restart because I want to hear this good. Just want to hear the pre-chorus. I'm not messing around. Yes. that's the pre-chorus. It's not even the chorus. Usually what I'll do is during the verse part, I'll strip things out of it so it's a little more pockety. For example, that really cool lead line, that bell that we have in there, just delete it out. Pretending this is the first verse, I'll bring it in halfway through, right? Maybe even altogether just leave it out and have that in the pre-chorus. See what I mean? Lots of pocket for vocals to go in there. Storytelling. Then bring that in. See what I mean? So it builds that tension. And it's a little loud, especially if you're putting vocals on it. You gotta turn that down. Kill your darlings. The parts that you love the most are usually in the way of the most important part of the song. So, you know, you have to just duck it and make it be subtle. I'm in love with it. I want to hear more of that, but that's just not good for a final song. You have to kill your darlings. Nice and subtle. See? Fuck off. That's dope. See? Now in the pre-chorus part with that bass line, I can bring up the cutoff and make it a little more dirty and grimy so that there's more tension building, and then just full-on assault for the chorus, add some more layers in the same key progression, make it big, do some drum drops between, you know, the middle of the verse, starting the pre-chorus, and then just before the chorus, make the tension really, really fucking big, and then deliver. And that's basically the rundown of how I do things. This is already a good piece to start off of, a good skeletal structure. And these drums, I'm not 100% sold on them, but they're good for the mood as I'm creating. And now it's just a case of making it more intricate and interesting. And it's not always about adding. I'm a very subtractive person. So you can build tension by pulling pieces away. That's the interesting part. I'm going to leave it at that for now. And fuck off.